Some small apologies. I forgot to save the game last night, so I'm gonna have to rebuild. I I had played something else in between, and my autosaves got overridden, and I forgot to save in between. So it's no big deal. We're just gonna have to manually recalculate everything. It's two physical and one mental for Ursula, and then three physical for Kamani for their trauma because they were poisoned, plus they had in the thick of it. We'll grab Kamani's deck code. We had 9 experience for both players because Kamani had Sharon's Obol and Ursula had um, the binoculars for the interlude. Ursula also has shrewd analysis, so she's going to be able to upgrade her dream diaries um, for basically for one. Well, I'll say for free, but she gets to um, take all 6 of them and then spend 3 experience and get 6 experience worth. I'll explain exactly how that works. So this pile here is all 6 copies of Dream Diary, both the 8 cards, both of the Engage with an Enemy, and both with the Force Shroud. So then what we do is, oh, hold on, we got all these extra cards from our XP. Alright, see, I was good. I remembered the weaknesses this time. I did good. But anytime you upgrade an unidentified card, like the original Dream Diary or untranslated, you may upgrade a second copy with no cost, but both cards must be chosen at random. So we take these and we shuffle it up, and then we shuffle it up, and we're hoping to get. Okay. Ideally, this one would have been 4 Shroud or higher, but we can't control it, but that's okay. And then these go into the discard pile, so now we know that we got one of each of those, so I'm just going to hop into the deck editor really quick. And so we got one with 4 Shroud. Oh no, we got none with 4 Shroud. We got Engage with an Enemy, and we got 8 or more cards in our hand. So that gives us some insight into how we're going to want to build our deck going forward. We're going to want to probably have more card draw, which is usually pretty common anyway. Cards like Cryptic, I think it's Cryptic Research, the 0 cost draw 3 cards. But it's okay. You'll see here we had 9 experience, so we spent 3 on the diary, 3 on charisma, and 3 on higher education. So those will be ways for us to make all of our tests. We're going to have to enable all these buttons again because we forgot to do that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and then Ichitaka was leading the way. Let's hop into the book quickly and make sure that we just update everything correctly. We cleared a path to the ruins. Alejandro stayed at camp, and we earned Ichitaka's trust. Cleared a path to the ruins. Whoops. Earned Ichitaka's trust. Alejandro stayed at camp. Okay, let's place this down. And then we'll set it back up. So the map was there. This was here. She had the binocs. Believe he had the compass. And then we each had blankets. So that's 2, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. Okay. So from there, we have our 4 things. We have our reference right here. For Kamani, we still have the Obol and in the thick of it. And then we spent our XP on Kamani as well. We covered the interlude already, so we're into the scenario. We were not forced to wait, so we go to Intro 2, which sends us to Setup. Gather these icons, put the entryway into play, and we start there. Do the exploration deck, but instead do it that way. Set these things aside. Give us our poison weaknesses, which we should already have. Oh, did I forget it for Kamani? I did. Well, Kamani was also poisoned, so the way we'll just do that is we'll clone this and throw it down here. We'll reveal the entryway and put both of our cards there. And then we'll just check up here for the return to rules. Gather these cards instead. Gather the Pit Vipers and set them aside out of play. Before setup, switch these locations, which I'm sure is done for us. And then switch these locations, replace the original one with the new one. When building the exploration deck, do it differently. And then whenever you successfully explore, shuffle a new treachery in. Okay, so this is the exploration deck. As we can see, we're going to put it over here so it's not on the mat so that it won't populate with tokens when you spawn it. Oh, does this not have the clause where we can use it everywhere? Oh, interesting. So we can only use the torches here to get rid of treacheries, but that should only matter later on. Alright, so then we'll start doing our mulligans. We'll start with Ursula, and then we'll hop out to being the GM. Alright. Wait, how did we... Did we spend too many experience? I don't think we did. Oh no, hiking boots were in our base. We got the hiking boots with our, in the thick of it. Never mind. Alright, we don't get to have weaknesses in our opener, so we switch to the top one. With practice makes perfect, we're going to want a mulligan deduction. Shortcut's less valuable in the beginning. Tooth of Etzli is really good in this, so we'll keep that. So we'll draw 2 cards here. Oh, that's okay. Well, we're very happy to see one of the Dream Diaries. We don't need both, but that's okay. So that's that. Then we'll come over here to Kamani, and we'll draw our 5. Alright, you can see we have Easy Mark. Probably looks familiar. I am terrible about remembering Lucky Cigarette Case. I think I missed it once last night, or maybe twice. But we should still keep it. We don't want this early, and we'll draw into more of these later. I think we don't want this early. You know what, let's just, let's go mulligan 5. We really want to find things that will enable our deck, and none of those do that. They're all like additional pieces, things that'll help once we have our setup together. Okay, well, pickpocketing definitely helps. You can see here we upgraded it, so when we do evading, we'll also draw cards or gain resources, or both if we succeed by a lot. This is a way to play items from our hand, so if we draw some items, we can play them. We drew another Watch This, and then we have Hatchet Man, so it's all different ways to use our agility, so hopefully that'll work out well for us. Alright, we'll have Ursula go first. She'll play the Dream Diary. That's not the one. Yeah, that's the one we want. If we're engaged with an enemy, it gains 2 additional icons. Then she's going to play her hiking boots, which gives her an agility. And then she's going to investigate with Practice Makes Perfect. Looking at the top 9. Hopefully we hit deduction, but if not, we have perception here. So we'll hit perception. So let me end our search. So we're a base of 4, we're 5, 6 to 2 is plus 4. That's most of the bag, and we're fine with that. We succeed, so we'll only gain the 1 clue this time. And then we'll draw a card from Perception, but it goes to our hand because it was successful. So we played Dream Diary, we played Hiking Boots, and we investigated. That's our turn. So now it's Kamani's turn. We'll start by playing our pickpocketing, getting that down. We have some other options, but nothing here is great, so I think we should investigate, or not investigate, I'm sorry, explore. So let's shuffle the Explore deck and flip it. The Snake Pit is the T, and you can see here that that is, oh, it's not even showing as an option, interesting. But it doesn't connect to Circle, so it's not a legal target, so we don't have to worry about it. Then we'll flip again. Diamond, I believe, is a connection. Yep, it is, so we'll put that into play. It'll go here, and then Kamani moves as part of that. And then we shuffle this back in, and then since we successfully investigated, we put the top card of the encounter deck in. Or I'm sorry, I said investigated, I meant explore. So that's action 2 for Kamani. We do not have the key of Etzli, and I don't believe we can, so this is a future us concern. We are then going to, we have some choices here. I think we should explore again, so we'll do that. So now nothing has changed. We need to find the square or the star. There's the star, so that'll come into play. I believe it goes there. Yep. Kamani will move there. Check your supplies. If you have a map and there are no clues here, for the remainder of the scenario, we can turn the vengeance into victory. So we have to have a map. So the map is actually Kamani's, as we can see from the first mission. So we have to get all the clues off. That's 3, and then since we successfully explored, we have to put another encounter card into this deck. Alright, so then we can do our upkeep, so we'll do that. Drew a manual decks, and then we come over here, grab an easy mark, we'll just put that over here for later. Doom on the agenda. It says here, when it advances, do not remove Doom from locations, and it gains an additional 2 Doom threshold, or 1 per investigator, in this case 2. We shuffled up, so in both of the early missions, Ursula has to be the lead. So we remember that. Here we might lose an asset, so we want to try to pass this because we like our assets. And we don't have... Alright, we'll commit this to get to even. Well, hold on. First, we'll spend a resource to gain +2 willpower from higher education while we have 5 cards. That gets us to +1. This will get us to +2. And that'll be enough. You can see here that covers pretty much the... Wait a minute, that's not the right bag. Let's click that. That looks pretty accurate. Let's go back and make sure the bag's right. I forgot to reset the bag, if you guys remember, from the initial setup. There should be 2 skulls, a elder thing, and then the rogue that we added. So there's no tablet. So let's remove the tablet. 2 skulls, a rogue, and an elder thing. Let's bring this down. And then it's 3 zeros and a 1. 3 zeros and a 1 is right. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, everything else is right. We just had to take out the tablet that wasn't correct. So if you do standalone, it allows for you potentially to have had Alejandro instead of Ichtaka, which is why it's there. But this is the way it's supposed to be. We added the rogue when we earned Ichtaka's trust in the first mission. Let's make sure we didn't have to add a second one, actually. Yeah, no, it was just the one from the winning with clues. All right, so we tested and passed, right? Yeah, we checked. Oh no, we didn't test yet. We wanted to go see. What were we? We were +2, right? Yeah. So we fail. So of these, this is the least important, so we'll discard it. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. And then over here for Kamani, Vengeful Serpent. Okay. Well, we'll have Kamani go. Kamani will evade the Vengeful Serpent. They are +3 to do so. They will commit Watch This to be +4, and Manual Dex to be +6. Well, they succeed by 1, which is enough to trigger Watch This, so we'll get 6 resources. And then we'll use Pickpocketing to draw a card, and we'll use Manual Dex, or Manual Dex is used to draw a card. So that goes away, that goes away, this can move over here, and this gets evaded. We're then going to use our reaction to engage an exhausted enemy, and then we're going to attempt to evade it again. So now we are 7 to 2. Which is, we get to add our intellect, right? So we're +5, and we're going to try to, yep, we're going to discard it. So when you discard, instead of putting it into the victory display, it goes to the discard pile. So none of that nasty vengeance. So that's 2, and then we have 1 more action remaining, and we're going to play the moon. So the moon is a tarot card that gives you agility, once again, just helping our tests. You can see here we're just setting up to succeed as much as we can with our agility tests. That is 3 for Kamani, so they're done. So now it's Ursula's turn. She'll investigate the location. When she goes, she gets the essence of the dream at the beginning of her turn. She is +2. She'll go +4. She'll succeed and gain the clue. Oh, whoops. Oh, silly game. There we go. Then we will move. As part of our movement, we're going to use a reaction, and investigate the location, and then we're going to commit deduction and perception to that. So we're going to be 7 to 2 is +5. There are no locations with doom, so that's 0, so we succeed. We're going to get both clues and draw a card from perception. Okay. And then we have one action remaining, and I think we'll use that to gain a resource. We want to be able to potentially play Magnifying Glass if we need it, or play a ally if we draw it. So we'll go upkeep, ready up Ursula, upkeep over here. All right, we have the full easy mark trifecta. Doom on the agenda, and then encounter cards. So we start with Ursula because she's the lead investigator. She gets a friend, and then over here. Oh, what am I pulling a token for? Silly me. Top 5 cards of your deck. For every card in your hand that matches, you must discard that card and lose an action. Okay, well, luckily, we should be okay. 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5. So we did have a copy of Hatchet Man. And we lose an action, and there was no weaknesses. So, alright. Well, we'll have Ursula go first. She's going to evade. So she's going to get her Essence of the Dream. This is the one when she is engaged with an enemy. So right now she's +3. She's going to add 4 and be +7. She succeeds, so it's exhausted. Then she is going to attempt to explore. So we shuffled it in before, and then we top card. The triangle is not connected. You can see that what it connects to on the bottom, and none of them are diamond or star. So we go again, and we found a monster. Okay, when it attacks you, shuffle a non-story asset. Okay, at the end of the enemy phase, discard it. Alright, so we just have to get through one phase, so let's try evading it. We are 5, we'll go up 2 more with manual dex to 7, so we are +3. And I think we're okay with just being +3. We succeed, so we'll draw a card from manual dex, and this will get exhausted. And then we have Kamani can go. Kamani's going to use their fast action to engage the Brood of Yig and leave them exhausted. Then we're going to try to evade it. So we are 8 to 3, which is +5. It is not a humanoid here, and we don't have any of the items, so we'll just do the test. We're +5. We succeed by 4, which is enough to kill it. And then we also get to use our pickpocketing to gain a resource and draw a card. And this gets discarded. Then we have 1 action remaining, and I think we'll use that to play Easy Mark. Gain 2 resources, draw a card. We'll play Easy Mark, gain 2 resources, draw a card. Play Easy Mark, gain 2 resources, draw a card. So that's everything over here. Then we go to the monster phase. In the monster phase, this is exhausted, and then at the end it gets discarded. Then we'll go to upkeep. Alright, and then over here we'll go to upkeep. Okay. Doom on the agenda, and encounter cards. This has to go to the nearest location with at least 1 clue. Well, there isn't any. So I believe then it won't spawn? Question mark. Because it says at least 1 clue, and if we don't have any, it wouldn't be a legal spawn, right? It is Serpent Guardian Doom of Etzli. Da da. I'm just looking to see if there's any fact about it. My immediate reaction is that it says with at least 1 clue. There are no locations with at least 1 clue, so then it is not a legal spawn, and therefore it dies. Yes, nothing here says otherwise, and because it specifically says at least 1 clue, to me there is no legal target, so it dies. That's part of the spawning rules. Alright, put Curse of Yig into your threat area. You lose a combat, which is not ideal, but it's okay. And we could test willpower to get rid of this, maybe. Okay, and we are a serpent, so we have to remember that. Alright, well, we'll have Kamani use their map to turn this into a victory. So we have to remember that at the end, that this vengeance is a victory. I don't know if there's a way to add it, no. But that is their first action. Their second action will be to explore. Oh, we had to shuffle the top card of the... Oh no, we found the monster. Never mind. So... Alright, triangle still doesn't connect. Okay, and then we get an encounter card. Choose a location with at least one investigator. Place one doom there. Well, we're both here together. And everyone takes a horror. Punch, punch, and then that's like that, and that's like that. For whatever reason, when I must have loaded the decks before I updated the horror or the trauma. Alright, and then our third action will be again to explore. The T connects to heart plus triangle hourglass. Heart plus triangle. So it's like a squiggle. Okay. But we go again, and then square is illegal. Wait, did I have these backwards? Is this the star? Yeah, that's fine. So Kamani will be moving here anyway. And that's all of their actions. So now it's Ursula's turn. Oh, we successfully did the thing, so we put another card in. Okay. She will explore. Triangle actually, I think, does connect. Nope. And triangle only connects to the plus, and we went across. Yep. Heart does connect, so that's good. So Ursula will go there. As part of going there, she will also, this goes to her hand, she'll use her reaction to investigate. It's a 3, so she'll be 6 to 3, which is +3. We'll go +4 with the mag. We'll succeed and grab a clue. I guess we should have played fieldwork first, but we forgot to. And then we'll investigate at +1. That seems terrible. Sure. Yep, punish me. I should have played fieldwork first. That's my mistake. Alright, and then Kamani had gone first, so they're done. No monsters, so right into upkeep and ready. Upkeep over here. There's our narcolepsy. Okay, either has to take damage or be clicked off by Ursula. Doom on the agenda. This is 7 of 8. Remember, there's the additional 2, so we do not advance here. Encounter card over here. Place one Doom on your location and discard it. Or put it in the display. Yeah, we're going to put that in the display. Doom is usually not ideal. Okay, put this into your play area. You cannot disengage your move. Make these tests to get rid of it, and you can, the more you test it, the easier it is to get rid of it. Alright. Well, we'll have Ursula move up as part of moving. She'll make an investigation. Oh, sorry, this is in our hand. And she'll use fieldwork, so she is 5/7 to 3 is +4. We'll go +5. We succeed. Whoops. There we go. Then we will click off the narcolepsy. And then with our final action, we will investigate again, and we succeed. Kamani will use their turn to flip the Doom on the location using the action. And then, oh, never mind. They could have done that with fast actions because they had the compass. So last turn when they moved in, they did it, and then again this turn. So Kamani has a whole turn, actually. That's pretty cool. Alright, well then let's spend 4 money and play Intel Report and yoink both clues. Okay. And then let's make this test. So we are +2. Let's go +3, +4, and we'll commit 3 money to the test. We succeed by 1, which is enough for watch this. Unfortunately, it's not enough for quick thinking, so we don't get our action back. But this gets discarded, and then we will explore. So triangle does connect to this, so we actually have to put it in now. and then Kamani will move to there as part of the Explorer. If you have rope, you can peek, but we don't have rope, so unfortunate. Alright, well, that's all 3 actions for everybody. No monsters, so upkeep and ready. And upkeep over here. Is that his actual weakness? I don't think it is. Oh no, maybe it is. I have not played a lot of Kamani. I think I did correctly update the weaknesses. I just want to make sure. Agent Fletcher, yes, this is correct. That's his personal weakness. Okay. Yeah, it says Kamani only. Never mind. He is an alert hunter, and when evading him, your intellect becomes 0. So you basically, when you're doing the second evade to try to discard him, you don't get the bonus. Alright, well, he'll go there. Doom on the agenda, 6 of 8. We got rid of the other 2, and encounter card. That's actually for Ursula. Top 5 cards of your deck, that's fine. Doesn't match. 2, 3, that'll get shuffled back in. 4, 5. None of those match. And we lost both Milans, which is rough. And that's it. Okay, and then for Kamani, the monster. Alright. Well then. Let's start by evading Agent Fletcher. Sure. So we'll spend 2 to evade Agent Fletcher, or fight Agent Fletcher with this. We are 7 to 2 is +5. Oh, that's great. There is nothing, but it's just a +1. That's fine. So we do our damage, and we get our free evade with Cheap Shot for automatically succeeding. But that doesn't trigger our pickpocketing. It doesn't count. Then we will evade the Brood of Yig. That is a -1. So we are 5 to 2 is +3. So we trigger both sides of the pickpocketing. 1, 2. And then we will play, I'll take that as a fast to drop down our lock picks. So when you successfully evade or successfully, oh, it's got to be a humanoid enemy. This is not a, oh, it is a humanoid, even better. Play an item from your hand, reducing its cost by X, which the X is the amount you succeeded. We succeeded by 3. And so now our lock picks are, they gain illicit, but they already are. So it doesn't really matter. But this gets evaded. We'll use our engage action over here to engage them, and then we will do another evade. So we are 8 to 2 is +6. And we succeed, which is enough to discard this. We don't have enough actions to also get rid of Agent Fletcher, so that'll be a future us problem. Alright, so now it's Ursula's turn. They grab their essence. They will move down to the Mosaic Chamber. They will use their reaction and field work to test. So they are 6 to 3 is +3, and I'm fine with that. We succeed, so we'll grab the clue. We see here that this is a 4 shroud, so we're probably going to want to get that one, so we'll leave that alone for our crack the case, and we'll just, do we want to move in this turn? No, we'll move in next turn. So then never mind, we will take the 3 resources from crack the case as a fast. Then we will play our Tooth of Etzli. We have to remember now when resolving encounter cards that we get +1 willpower and +1 agility and can potentially draw cards if we pass tests. And then with our final action, we will gain a resource. From there, we'll go to the monster phase. He's exhausted, so we can do upkeep and upkeep. He'll ready, which means he'll engage Kamani. Doom on the agenda, 7 of 8, and encounter cards, starting with Ursula. So she drew the monster, and then encounter card. We are both poisoned, so we each take a damage. And then it has Surge. Test agility, and then there's no doom on the location, so it's just 2, so we're +4. That is reveal another one. We succeed, so we pass, so that's it. Alright, so Ursula will start. She will attempt to evade. She is 5 to 2. She will go 7 to succeed. Okay, she'll fail. She'll evade again. plus 1,000,000. That is a success. This gets discarded. This goes over here. And then we'll move into this location. We will use our field work and our reaction to get an extra investigate. So we are 6 to 4 is plus 2. Not ideal, but not much more we can do. So there is not doom on our location, so that's a -1, so we pass. So we'll grab the clue. Do we need clues to advance? Yeah, let's advance. No, let's advance. So 1, 2, 3. We'll take these 6 clues and advance. We should have done this already. I wasn't paying enough attention. Shuffle the Chamber of Time location into the exploration deck. Okay. If we have chalk, remove this from the game. Otherwise, gain vengeance. Well, we don't have chalk, so vengeance it is. We must get to the Chamber of Time to spend clues to advance. Alright. Oh, we did this, so that's flipped. Okay. And then we'll start by evading, so we are 6 to 3, so we're plus 3. I think what we're going to do instead is actually play breaking and entering. So we will add our agility to be 8, and we're going to investigate the location, so we're plus 4. We succeed because there's no doom, so we grab this clue, and then we get to automatically evade, and then we'll engage with our ability. And then we are going to attempt to evade. So he has 2 health remaining, so we are 6 to 2, which is plus 4. We succeed by 4, so we can use our pickpocketing to draw a card and gain a resource and discard him. We have to remember we don't get to use our intellect, that's why we were only plus 4 instead of plus 6. In either case, we get to discard Agent Fletcher, and we're good to go. And that's 2 actions, so we have 1 remaining. We can't play anything, so I think what we're going to do is explore. So I think we shuffle the Chamber of Time, but in case, we'll just do that. I don't think we put a card in when we found this tome, so let's add that. Okay. We found the throne room, which is the plus sign, which is above us. So Kamani will move up there, and let's read what the throne room says. While it is doom in play, it is considered to have vengeance. If there are no clues on it, we can record the mysterious scepter. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so from there, we have done all of our actions. So we are at... Oh, and then we successfully explored, so we need to put the top card in. Keep forgetting. Alright. So now we're at upkeep, and then upkeep, and then this readies, and then doom on the agenda will advance us. I think it took a doom off a location. Yeah, this one had a doom. And this says not... This says don't take it off. Spawn the Harbinger of Velusia at the location with the most doom. Okay, so that's there. Alert Hunter Retaliate. While it has 10 or more damage, it gains more fight and less evade. After a successful attack or evasion attempt against it ends, place a resource on it. If there's 4 resources, it vanishes away. Poof. Okay. Well, that was that. Encounter cards, starting with Ursula. She gets this. We will choose the Vengeance option. Then over here, a monster. Alright. Well, I want to get those clues, so that's not great. Alright, so Ursula's going to move up. She's going to trigger fieldwork and investigate, so she is +1. She'll go +3. She succeeds and grabs a clue. We're only a base of 4 right now, which is +2. That's not good at all. We can get to +3? Sure. Let's spend 3 to play I've Got a Plan. We moved and did our extra stuff. Whoops. And then I've got a plan to be +2 on that guy. We'll grab this to be +3, and we'll test. That's a -1, so we'll deal 3 damage, and that will kill him because we have, or actually we'll do 4 damage because we're maxed out with, we're maxed with clues. And then we will draw a card. There we go, that's a good one. Alright, well, Kamani is going to need to evade. So let's start by playing Delilah. She gives us a combat and an agility, which is great. And then we can use her to punch for damage, which is another cool thing. Kamani will move up, which will get them engaged by the Harbinger. And then we'll attempt to evade. We'll commit manual dex to that. So we are 9 to 4, so we're +5. Nice, so we're +6, so we succeed, so it gets evaded. We draw a card from manual dex. We get to draw a card from from pickpocketing and gain a resource, which we've already done. And then we can use Delilah's fast ability here to deal 2 damage to the Harbinger for 4 resources, which we will spend and put some damage on him. Because we want to get him to the point where we switch his values. We want to be able to evade him easier. And then we have to put a resource on him to signify that we successfully have evaded him. He does have 20 health, so the odds of us being able to use Kamani's discard ability is pretty low. But that's our 3 actions for Kamani, and Ursula obviously had gone first. The monster is exhausted. This is a hunter. So it will hunt Ursula. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, and it will deal 1 and 1. Whoops. Alright, and then upkeep over here. I might have missed one of those hunts before. I thought it wasn't. And then obviously when this readies, it'll come to Kamani. Doom on the agenda, 2 of 14. And encounter card. Start with Ursula. Okay, their location gets harder to investigate. That's going to be a challenge. Okay. You can only gain 1 clue per location. Well, that's not really a problem. There's only 1 clue that we can get right now anyway. That moves away at the end of the round. Alright, well, we'll have Ursula go first. She will evade. She is +3. She succeeds, so this gets exhausted here. And then we're going to attempt to, or we're going to move and then move back. So that's 2 actions. Evade, move, move. We're going to use our reaction and our field work to get +2 to get up to 6. We'll use Essence of the Dream to get to 8. Eureka to get to 9. And we'll stop at 9. And this is a Shroud of 7, so we're +2. Let's do it. Hey, we succeed, so we get this clue. Because we succeeded an investigation check, Obscuring Fog gets discarded. And then we get to do our Eureka, which is the top 3 cards, and pick any one that we want. We're going to grab Death, because we need to be able to get our stats up. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out what's going on right here. Did I canceled the search. I don't know why it didn't put things back correctly. I got mad. But anyway, that's our 3 actions. So, yeah. It's Kamani's turn. He's going to evade the Harbinger again. We are 7 to 4, which is +3. I really don't want to do extra evading. I think we're just going to stop at +3 and see what happens. That is a 1, so we succeed by 2, so we do evade. Whoops. So we get to get our pickpocketing, and we get both sides of the pickpocketing, which is nice. We'll put another marker on it. As a fast, we'll use Delilah and spend 4 more to put 2 more damage on. And that's action 1. Action 2 is we'll move down here and engage the Vengeful Serpent, and then it stays exhausted, and then we'll try to evade it with our ability. We are now 9 to 2, so +7, so we succeed. So we're good. That's all of our actions, so we can go to upkeep because all the monsters are exhausted. Alright, there we go. One of the best cards for Kamani, Dirty Fighting. When you're evading an exhausted enemy, you get +2 skill value, right? So for Kamani's second ability, it's super great. And then whenever you do the exhausting, you can immediately fight as well. So it's a way to get extra damage in, and you can ignore the aloof keyword for monsters that are exhausted. So it's pretty cool. All right, Doom on the agenda, and then ready this monster, which technically should have happened before Doom on the agenda, right? But then encounter cards. All right, top 5 cards again. Eureka does not match. Perception does not match. Fieldwork does not match. That'll get shuffled back in. And Crack the Case does not match. It's only the cards in our hand, right? Yeah, only from your hand. Okay. Just wanted to make sure the fieldwork in play didn't matter. Alright, and then encounter card over here. We each take a damage. Oh, actually, we're going to ask Delilah to step in front of that, and then we'll take it over here. And then it has Surge, so we pull again. Okay, we have another friend. Well, we are a little pressed for space, so we're going to have Kamani go. They'll evade. That's a fail. Does it have alert? No. Alright. Well, we'll evade again. We succeed, and we pass by enough to get both sides of pickpocketing, so we'll draw our extra card. Now we have to decide. So that was our second action. We probably aren't going to be able to stay here because we don't want to get punched by the big bad. We're kind of low. We really can't afford to. So let's move. We'll just move down. I don't want to explore because there's two locations in there, and there's 3 treacheries, so it's pretty scary to explore. Alright, so that's all 3 for Kamani. Whoops. So then we'll have Ursula go. She will explore because she has another action, so she can always move if she needs to. I think we shuffled, but we'll make sure. And then we'll flip. We found the Chamber of Time, which I believe has a connection. Yep, so we'll move there. As part of that movement, we'll do both fieldwork and our reaction. So we are 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're +3. Yeah. We'll stop at +3. That's fine. We succeed and we'll get a clue. What is this? After enters play, attach the Relic of Ages and place a Doom. So the Doom is here. We just have to go get the Relic, which is there. Alright, action 2. Let's get Death down to gain another Intellect. So now we are 6 to 4 is +2. Let's investigate with Essence of the Dream to be +4 and Deduction to be +5. We succeed, so we'll take 2 clues. And that's all of our actions. So from there, we go to the monster phase. This monster hunts. He's exhausted, so then we go to upkeep. Ursula readies. This monster readies. Upkeep for Kamani. 8 cards, so they're fine. We lose ties now. Super big deal. Doom on the agenda. 5 of 14. Encounter cards, starting with Ursula. Test agility 2 for +1 for the Doom. So there is 1 Doom, so it's 3. We are 6 to 3 because we have our tooth. And we will test at +3. That's 2 locations have Doom, so we pass by 1. So we can use our Tooth of Etzli to draw a card. That's a great card for now. And that's fine. Okay, and then Kamani's turn. Once again, we can only get 1 clue. This had gone away the previous turn in between, but now we can only get 1 clue, which again is great because we only have 1 clue here. Alright, so I think we're going to have Ursula go first. She'll yoink her Essence of the Dream. We're going to play our Aeon chart as action 1. Then we're going to investigate. This is a 4. We are 6 to 4, so +2. We'll go +4, +5. We succeed, so we get the clue. Oh, why is there 2 clues here? Did I mess something up? Oh, I made a stack of 2 and then took the 1. Silly me. Yeah, I'm supposed to have gotten all. So I got 1 clue with my reaction when I first came in last round, and then I got a 2nd and 3rd clue with the deduction, and then I get the 4th clue. You can see here that there's a total of 4. So I've gotten the correct amount of clues now. So then what I need to do is advance, which costs me 4 clues, and they all have to be spent at this location, so that has to be Ursula. As you can see, whoops, she has 1 action remaining plus her Aeon chart as needed. Choose an investigator in the Chamber of Time to take control. Well, that can only be Ursula, so she'll get it. Move the placement of each location to form a straight line with the Chamber of Time on the left and the entryway on the right. So, Chamber of Time goes here, entryway goes there. Each location is placed from left to right in between those locations in order of how much doom is on them, from lowest to highest. Wait, do we all have to be here? No. Okay. Alright, so the most doom has to go to the right, and there's only one with doom, so it has to be this one. The rest of these, we get to pick the order. The only caveat is this one has both guys on it, so that's kind of stinky for us. But that's fine. Let's put Kamani 2 spaces away from the bad guys. Sure. And then Ursula will move and then use the Aeon chart to move. So she was in the chamber. She'll go 1, 2, and be here. We could shortcut, but that doesn't help. So we'll just wait for when that might matter. We'll have Kamani go to set up. We'll drop down a trench coat. We'll drop down a toy. What does this do? Let's read our signature card. Actions performed using grappling hook do not provoke attacks of opportunity, so that's cool. We can do 3 different things: investigate, move, engage, or evade. So realistically, we're probably... actually, we could use that, yeah. So instead of playing the pistol, we'll play our grappling hook. That gives us 1 action remaining, and none of these are very helpful. We don't particularly care about combat, and we don't need more cards right now. In fact, we're about to go through our deck. Let's just gain a resource in case we want to play stuff or something. Alright. So then the monster goes, as we discussed before, they're both hunters. So they will hunt, and then we will do upkeep. So that gets... Oh, that's a great draw. As we discussed, we take a horror. Delilah said she'd love to have that. We'll put a doom on the agenda, 6 of 14, and encounter cards, starting with Ursula. Okay, we have troubles from moving. We have to make these tests. Alright, well, luckily we have cards to help with that. Over here we have Kamani. It does not say we can only have 1 of these, so welcome back. And we have -2 health now, so we have to be careful. So we have 8, so we're still at 2, but we're getting to the point where we might have to make that test. So from here, we will do Kamani first. Kamani will move in and get engaged with both of their friends. We will start by... Oh, we'll use our grappling hook here to do... Oh, it doesn't actually save anything. We get a 3rd action? Nah, it doesn't really matter. We'll move and evade. The engage won't matter. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. We'll just evade. So we are +3 base. We'll go +4, +5, because we really don't want to fail. Oh, actually, never mind. Hold on. We will go 1, 2, and we will do a cheap shot instead, because it's got super low attack, right? Yeah. So we'll go 8 to 2 is +6, and that'll just do what we need. And we'll automatically evade it with our free attack, which will still do this, and then put a damage on from successfully attacking, because we did the cheap shot. We don't get to use pickpocketing for the +2 or more because we automatically succeeded. So we'll just evade this guy here with our action. And we succeed, and then we can use pickpocketing. And then we will use Delilah to deal 2 damage to the Vengeful Serpent and kill it, putting it into the display. Yeah, that should help. All right. So that's all of their actions. So now it's Ursula's turn. We are going to test. We'll commit Essence of the Dream. Oh, whoops. So it's a test of 4. So we're +4 because we have our Tooth of Etzli. We'll succeed, and then since we succeeded on a treachery card, we draw a card, and that goes away. Then we will move. Then we will move into this location. We'll then play shortcut to move Kamani. Then we'll use our Aeon chart to move ourself. And then we will hold on to other actions for the future. So from here we'll go to upkeep. Okay. From here we'll go to upkeep. Okay. And we'll ready the Harbinger. Doom on the agenda, 7 of 14. And encounter cards, that's for Ursula. This is the, oh no, never mind. This is choose a location with at least one investigator, which is us. Place a Doom here, and then we each take a horror. That's fine. That's fine. I thought it was the other card. Obscuring Fog is fine. So Kamani will go first, 1, 2, and then Ursula will go 1, 2, and we get out. There's a resign on this location, as you can see. We have the Relic of Ages, so we do R1. Yay! Oh, that's the original scenario. R1. We recovered the relic. Somebody must add it, so we'll have that be Ursula, because it's a relic, so she likes those. Recovered the Relic of Ages. The Harbinger is still alive, but it has taken 5 damage. Harbinger is still alive, 5 damage. Okay. For each vengeance point in the display, record 1 tally mark under Yig's Fury. So there's 1, 2, 3, right? So the 2 Ancestral Fears and the Into the Ruins. There's also 2 more here on the chamber is 5. This is 6. And we did get the Mysterious Scepter. I forgot to mark that. Alright. That goes to, or, I don't know what where did this come from? Heart of the Elders, yeah. Mysterious Scepter would have gone to Ursula. We'll say I did it on the turn that I didn't use that extra shortcut. That way we don't have to worry about me missing the action, right? Because it's a click. Yeah. Yeah, we could have done it right here on the last turn, so. Alright, and then this Vengeance is actually a victory. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is not a small amount, but it is what it is. Sometimes gotta be safe. Alright. Mysterious Scepter, we did that. We get to display. Proceed to the Interlude 2. Expedition's End. Okay. We must decide. We will keep it hidden. So, Expedition's End 3. Gave it to Harlan, and Alejandro is on their own, and we must get rid of Alejandro, which we don't have him, so that's fine. Gave relic to Harlan Ernstone. Alejandro is researching on his own. Expression ends 4. Go to scenario 3, Threads of Fate, and we are good to begin for tomorrow night. So we have 3 victory, or 3 victory here, but we actually have a 4th one over here from the throne room. Remember, Kamani will get 6 because they have the Sharon's Obol, so 6 for Kamani and 4 for Ursula. We will see everyone tomorrow. Hope everyone had a good evening and enjoy.